Hello, everybody. I am Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks. And tonight I am going to be talking about declutter yourself. Have more space for fun, creativity, and love. All these people are talking about decluttering your home and your pantry and all that. Well, I think we need to declutter ourselves. But before I get onto that topic, let me introduce you to sweet baby James, who is going to introduce our show.
Yes, hello everybody, and welcome to Granny Rocks Our World, which stands for GROW, or GROW stands for IT. And this airs every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, where we have the opportunity to hear Granny share her wit, her wisdom, and her uncommon sense. So, Granny, take it away.
Well, thank you, everybody. We've already gotten a whole bunch of hellos. So Elizabeth said hello there, and we say hello, Beth. Amy said, I love that. Thanks, Beth and SBJ. I'm sure, I guess you mean decluttering ourselves. Thank you, Amy. Todd said, hi, Beth and James. Hi, Todd. And Bob said, hi, Granny and James. Hi, Bob. Luann waved. So we're waving back. And so we're always happy when people tell us they're there. Oh, REA said, hi, Beth and James. Well, we already have, there's more. So, and Helen said, hi, and congratulations on the releasing of your home. And I love decluttering, one of my favorite topics. You just decluttered your real estate portfolio. She's so right. Well, I mean, this is so apropos for us because we had thought we were moving to the city. And so then we have two houses and it was driving us nuts. And then we ended up not moving to the city. And then we had to solve the other. And it's like, oh my God, cluttered with bills. What can I say? So many bills. And so, yes, we did. So this is very apropos for our lives. But there's many ways. So what I want to talk about is, again, people think about decluttering as like declutter your office. Well, I need that. I really do. And we need a lot of things in our house decluttered. But I want to talk about decluttering ourselves. And that means not hanging on to things we really don't need. Now, a couple of things came to mind about what that is. Erica said, hi, always need to unclutter my mind, indeed. So Helen said, Richard is here too. Hello, Richard. So one thing is, I want you to be like making notes about where you think you need to declutter yourself. For instance, a relationship. Now, that, of course, is the obvious one. That's the one that comes to mind. Oh, I'm in a relationship that doesn't work, but I've been there 50 years. So I've been cluttering my life for 50 years, but I should really clutter it for another 50. And then after I'm dead, I'll, let it go. Or it could be that it's your mother. When I always talk to my mother every day, she would be so disappointed if I didn't. Well, maybe it's time for you to talk to your mate every day, or your friends, or your inner being, or somebody, else. But you're still hanging on, right? Or it could be like your high school friends, and you're already 72. And you're still talking to your high school friends because that's the club that you were in before, but you're spending a lot of time with them, and then you're being impacted by their consciousness, and maybe it's not even serving you anymore. I'm not saying you should kick people out for nothing. I mean, if it's not serving. Or you could be cluttering your life with an old therapist, but I've been talking to her for 5 years. Well, no, we haven't said anything new in, 6 months, but that's an established relationship. I feel safe there. So that is one kind of thing where we often clutter ourselves in our lives with old relationships. And why? Because we feel safe. Well, that is probably going to be the theme of the whole declutter conversation. Because now let's say you have been following a certain political party for X number of years, right? And you're just not listening to what anybody else says because your life is cluttered with, the dregs and the skeleton or the corpse of this political party that you used to believe in, or that your parents used to believe in, or you think you should still, but you're not even looking at it anymore. You're just like, oh yeah, of course, I'm going to vote for them, right? decluttering yourself in that case would be actually paying attention to what that party is saying, or a political candidate. But I supported them last year, so I couldn't possibly not support them this year. I have to be consistent, don't I? You know, and I mean, if I have to look at other candidates, that means I have to think anew. I have to take in information. I mean, isn't it just easier to just pull the trigger and always know exactly, you know, without, oh, I'm just too tired to think. I understand. I'm too tired to think too. So that's another kind of decluttering, like just like empty out the cupboard of your life, of your political beliefs, associations, and prejudices, and look at it all over again. Now, here's another way you can declutter yourself, is to let go of a house that doesn't fit you anymore. Now, that's different from decluttering your pantry or your closet. I mean, you're looking at the house and you're saying, well, we used to have 5 kids, but we have to hang on to it because supposing they all come home for Christmas at the same time, they each have to have their little room with their teddy bear. Otherwise, they won't feel loved. Meanwhile, you know, I'm paying for the gas, the electric. I'm wandering around. I don't even know what it's there for, but it's too big or it's too small. It's like, oh, I can't leave this house. I feel so comfortable here. Yes, but you know, we only have 1 bedroom and we have 6 children. Maybe it's time for us to get rid of this house. You know, we have enough income. Why do we move forward? So, or the house could be too expensive, and then you have to face that. It's like, it's too expensive. You mean I'm not that person anymore who used to make that money? Oh no. You mean I see what I'm saying? Or it's just the wrong place altogether. Now, what does this have to do with wanting to be in safety? Well, I feel safe in the old. It's like the old shoe that stopped fitting 10 years ago. That would be me. I have my old shoes that haven't fit me for 10 years, but yeah, I have all kinds of reasons for not decluttering my shoes, because then I'd have to go to the store and find ones that fit, or it's going to cost too much money or whatever. Okay, now, and in relating to that, did I mention, I talked about shoes, but it could be clothes of any kind, right? Oh, this was the style back when. Maybe it'll come back, you know, right? It has these wide lapels, you know, that's from the gangster era. But, you know, things recycle, you know, maybe. Now, if you happen to like that particular, don't get me wrong. If you like that outfit and it's out of style, who cares? But if it's sitting in your closet, it means that you are cluttering yourself up with an old image of yourself. This is not about the thing itself. It's about who you think you are and who you might want to go back to.
It's like me with my lawyer suits.
You can't believe how many clothes he has that he will never, 3 of him. You need to have 3 of them to fit into them, but he won't give them away.
I retired some years ago and I still got my lawyer costume.
Right.
Several.
Right. Because you can't let go of the image. You see, it's not about the things. It's all the stuff that's under the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's go directly to the image of myself. I am no longer a person who, blah, 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 blah. But I can't even face that. Because I've always been that person. Oh, I've always been very conservative. Or I've always been very liberal. Or maybe I don't even feel that way anymore, but that's who I am. That's how everybody else thinks of me. What is going to happen if I declutter myself of my image of a caring person? Maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe yesterday I used to care. There's the dog again. Maybe yesterday I used to care, but now I don't. Or maybe I used to be a dog lover, but now I'm too tired to walk the dogs. So, you know, I'm going to walk the cats instead. Well, yeah, but I can't get over that image. Now, how about a job? Well, we can be decluttering ourselves of a job because, again, that's safety, right? I'm sticking with this thing because, well, I only have 20 years left before I get the gold watch, which isn't even gold. It's really brass. But anyway, So that's kind of another obvious thing. But don't we do this? We hang on to a profession. It's like, but I'm a doctor. I'm really a doctor. That's who I am. And so I couldn't possibly declutter myself of being a doctor, even if I don't feel like a doctor anymore. No. And maybe I don't want to declutter myself of the income that comes along with that. I'm not saying that there aren't practical reasons. But in the last one that I'm going to bring up in this little grouplet, because I want to do a little work with you, is a group. It could be, it's not just political associations. It's not just friends. It's like, well, I've always been in the B'nai B'rith, or I've always been in the Ku Klux Klan, or I've always been in whatever, I don't know, the Surfer Girls, or whatever it is. And yeah, I don't believe in it anymore. I don't even like it. I'm bored out of my mind. But those are my people. They make me feel safe because they love me. And I know that when I go there, they're all going to say, "Hi, Beth. How are you doing?" They know my name. I don't want to go and be in a world of people who don't know my name. So anyway, who is ready to declutter themselves? And why? Because when you do you see how much time I've already spent on that? You see how we're already wasting our lives just talking about decluttering. So when you declutter yourself, you have space for fun, creativity, and love, because you're not sitting there regretting having to let go of something you don't need.
I say.
Do you get what I'm saying? Todd says, I'm decluttering cursing when I get frustrated. I love that idea, because that isn't who you are today. Maybe that's an old identity, Todd.
Like yesterday.
Like, so yesterday. Yeah. And so when you get rid of something, for instance, we have sold a house that we loved, but it just wasn't right for us and we couldn't afford it and all of that. Now we have some time and energy and maybe even a little bit of money, not yet, to actually enjoy ourselves where we are, because we have let go of this huge obligation. And all clutter brings obligation. Elizabeth said, I am letting go of the role of being the youngest. I love that. I love that. Luann said, I deleted all my teacher files and lesson plans now that I'm not a teacher anymore. Yeah. Oh my God. Do you get the idea? You see, there is no room. I almost call this thing declutter yourself, otherwise you'll suffocate. It's like, I'm suffocating in all the stuff that I'm hanging onto that is blocking me from breathing into the life that I have. We used to do this in my studio because we had the 2 cameras and this and that. Well, I haven't been doing Light Force lately. I haven't had time, really. And so I don't need 2 cameras. So I don't need that place. I can do it here. I'm more comfortable here. So I'm decluttering myself of working in there. And if I ever need it, I will. Do you see what I mean? Think about what you need, guys. Think about what you really need. Elizabeth said, look above for Todd's comment. I already saw that about decluttering cursing when he gets frustrated. Amy says, I'm decluttering thinking I can only help my financial situation by getting more medical work instead of more music opportunities, which is what I actually love. So that is a good one. So you guys, so far you're doing a great job on coming up with commitments for decluttering, because it's just like it is with your house or your pantry or your closet. You walk in, you begin to see the space that is available to you. And then you can start putting new things in if you want to, or just leaving them open so that there's always opportunities. You see, when you declutter yourself, guys, you open yourself up to adventure. And I kind of like that idea. So, speaking about adventure, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, we have an hour's program called Growth. Granny Rocks Our World to Heal, where we meet by video conference and we talk to each other. And it is really becoming very awesome. And I'd like you to try cluttering your life with that and see, if it's anything that will appeal to you. And if it helps you, I do intervene with people and I help them to see how each one of these shows actually relates to them. And I also want to tell you, oh, Helen just said, I'm decluttering myself of the belief that it's all on me. I have a partner. Yes, sister. Yes, yes, yes. Or that it should be all on you and you have to keep proving it is, even if it isn't. I love it. These have been great. And I want to forewarn you that on Thursday at 7 o'clock, I am going to come on with my awesome piano on this very station. Thursday, we're going to hopefully every Thursday night at 7, I'm going to be playing for, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, who knows, my beautiful piano. And I'm going to be sending out warm, healing vibes to everybody, even the people I don't like or wouldn't like.
Beautiful music, beautiful music.
Thank
You're
you.
going to love it.
Thank you. Thank you. You can declutter yourself of the idea that you have to compete. See, that's another decluttering.
Ooh.
Let's go into the future together. And that show is called Dreams of Peace, improvisational piano. So if you've never heard me play the piano, you might be shocked. I actually can. So anyway, that's Thursday, which means 4 days from now, or Tuesday, 3 days from now.
Right.
Anyway, come back on Wednesday to see us. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30, Grow. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. This is all Pacific time. I can't think anything but Pacific time because my brain is too cluttered. We do growth. And just go to any one of our posts or our event to see how you can sign up for your first growth for free. And come and listen to me and enjoy the live stream on Thursday night. Give it a try. Put your feet up. Have a sip of sparkling water. Or just have it playing in the background when you're doing the dishes and you really need to be relaxed. And let's all get more relaxed. Helen said, Richard is decluttering himself of the belief that he is obligated to do things, and that makes him resist things he actually likes. Right on, right on. I love it. Great comments. We ought to go. Otherwise, I'm way passing by the invitation. So we'll see you again soon. We love you. We really do. We really, really, this is not just like, oh, I love you. I mean, we really love you. And we love when you comment, even if it's after the show. So bye-bye.
Bye for now. We'll see you real soon.
Right. Thank you. Bye-bye.